Big South basketball is literally bigger than ever in 2011-12 as the conference welcomes back charter member Campbell University to the membership, giving the Big South a record number of basketball programs, 11 men's teams and 10 women's squads. All 21 programs will strive for the top, with the best winning the Big South Conference Championship and automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. And now, we take a closer look at the 2011-12 campaign with our preseason all-conference honorees. Each team features the top players in the Big South as voted by the league's head coaches and selected media representatives. The highest vote getters are named the Big South's preseason players of the year. First, for the women's squad. This sophomore was the Big South Freshman of the Year last season after averaging 12.5 points, 3.8 rebounds, 3.5 assists, and 2.1 steals per game for the Winthrop Eagles. She set school freshman records for most games started with 30, as well as free throws made with 103. She led all conference freshmen in scoring in 2010-11 while posting 4 20-point efforts. She finished the season ranked 10th in the Big South in scoring, 3rd in assists, 6th in steals, and 7th in free throw percentage. She led the Eagles in scoring 15 times and tallied double digits in 18 contests. A 5'8" guard from Winthrop, DeQuisha McClanahan. A first-team all-conference honoree last year, this junior guard led the Radford Highlanders in scoring with 13.8 per game and was tops on her squad in assists, steals, and free throw percentage. She posted 5 games with at least 20 points and reached double figures 21 times, in addition to being Radford's top scorer in 14 contests. In conference games, she averaged 15.2 points in helping her team to a 9-win improvement and second-place finish in the Big South standings. A 5'5" guard from Radford and the conference's leading returning scorer from 2010-11, Denara Irwin Spencer. This standout was the Big South Freshman of the Year in 2009, earned all-tournament honors in 2010, and was a second-team all-conference pick as a junior last season. She enters her senior year as a preseason all-conference honoree after leading her high-point squad with 12.6 points per game and finishing second with 5.3 rebounds in 2010-11. She scored in double digits in 24 games last year and ranked 4th in the conference in field goal percentage. In Big South games, she raised her scoring average to 13.3 points and enters 2011-12 as the league's active leading career scorer with 1,056 points. A 5'11" forward from High Point, Shamia Brown. A first-team all-conference selection each of her first 2 seasons at Liberty, this redshirt junior is looking for a bounce-back year in 2011-12 after missing time with various injuries a year ago. She still managed to lead the Lady Flames in scoring with 13.5 points per night and helped Liberty to a 19-7 record when she was in the lineup. She scored in double figures 21 times in 2010-11 and became just the second sophomore in program history to score 900 points in her first 2 seasons. She enters this season on pace to join the conference's 1,000-point, 500-rebound club, a 5'10" guard forward from Liberty, Devin Brown. Our final preseason all-conference team member enjoyed a breakout season a year ago, setting career highs in scoring and rebounding as she averaged a double-double with 12 points and 11 rebounds a game. She also paced the conference with a 62.0 field goal percentage. A first-team All-Big South selection for the second straight year, she broke the Liberty and Big South single-season rebounding record with 363 boards in 2010-11. And she averaged more than a block a game to earn Big South Defensive Player of the Year honors. She tied for 9th nationally with 19 double-doubles and ranked 14th in rebounds. In last year's Advance Auto Parts Big South Women's Basketball Championship, she set a tournament record with 48 rebounds in her 3 games and is now 227 rebounds away from becoming the Big South's all-time leader. A 6'3" center from Liberty, and voted the 2011-12 Big South Women's Basketball Preseason Player of the Year, Avery Worley. It is time to reveal the women's basketball preseason poll as voted by the coaches and media, starting in the reverse order of finish. UNC Asheville comes in 10th place, with Presbyterian College in the 9th position. Coastal Carolina is predicted 8th, and Charleston Southern has the 7th spot. New Big South member Campbell garners 6th place, while Winthrop and new head coach Marlene Stallings are in 5th place in the poll. Defending tournament champion Gardner-Webb is predicted 4th, and the panel has Radford in 3rd place. High Point and new head coach Jennifer Hoover finished second in the voting, leaving Liberty as the preseason women's basketball favorite for the 14th time in the last 15 years. The Lady Flames were a near unanimous pick with 19 of the 20 first-place votes cast. We continue our look at the 2011-12 season with the men's preseason squad. Our first honoree was a second-team All-Conference performer and Big South All-Tournament team member last season. He was second on Asheville's squad with 14.6 points per game in addition to a team-high 154 assists. His 71 steals last year were a school record, and he finished second in the Big South in both assists per game with 4.5 and steals per game with 2.1. A career 77.1% free throw shooter, his 78.8% clip from the free throw line last season was 6th in the league. He enters his senior season on track to join the Big South 500 assist, 200 steal club. A 6'1" guard from UNC Asheville, J.P. Prim. This perennial all-conference player is the Big South's top returning scorer in both overall games at 17.7 and Big South games at 19.3. And he helped High Point to a quarterfinal upset of Liberty in the 2011 Advance Auto Parts Men's Basketball Championship. He has led the Panthers in scoring in each of his 3 seasons and owns a career average of 16.9 points per game. He averaged 20.9 points in his final 16 games of 2010-11 and finished 4th in the Big South with 68 three-point field goals. He enters his senior season as the conference's active leading returning scorer with 1,488 points, 28th in Big South history. A 6'3" guard from High Point, Nick Barber. Our next preseason all-conference member was off to a great start to the 2010-11 campaign before suffering a season-ending leg injury. On January 8th, prior to his setback, he averaged more than 14 points and 8 rebounds in 17 games while helping the Blue Hose to impressive wins at Auburn and Wake Forest. He tallied 4 double-doubles on the season and led Presbyterian College in scoring 9 times and rebounding 11 times. The redshirt senior became the first player since PC's transition to Division I to score 1,000 points in his career when he reached the milestone on January 6th. A 6'7" forward from Presbyterian College, Alonzo Coleman. This preseason pick was the Big South Player of the Year in 2010-11 after leading his team to its best conference finish since 2004-2005, as well as leading the league with 183 assists and finishing 11th with 6 rebounds per game. He spent a majority of the 2010-11 campaign as one of 2 players in the nation averaging at least 6 rebounds and 6 assists, and is the only player in Big South men's basketball history with 500 career rebounds and 400 career assists. In conference games last season, he increased his averages in nearly every category to help the Flames finish second. A 6'3" guard from Liberty who needs just 133 assists to become the Big South's all-time leader, Jesse Sanders. Our final preseason all-conference member enjoyed his first all-conference season last year after averaging a team-best 15.7 points that ranked 6th in the Big South. He was also 3rd in free throw percentage at 85.1%, 4th in steals with 1.9, and 9th in assists with 3.3 per game. His late-game heroics carried Asheville throughout the 2010-11 season, from the Bulldogs' season-opening win at Auburn to the Big South Conference Championship in March. He was voted tournament MVP after averaging 19.7 points in his 3 games of the Advance Auto Parts Men's Basketball Championship, and he went on to lead the Bulldogs to the second round of the NCAA tournament following his 22-point outing and game-tying three-pointer to force overtime against Arkansas Little Rock. He added 21 points against Pittsburgh in the second round and brings 1,230 career points into his senior campaign of 2011-12. A 6'1" guard from UNC Asheville and voted the 2011-12 Big South Men's Basketball Preseason Player of the Year, Matt Dickey. It is time to reveal the men's basketball preseason poll as voted by the coaches and media, starting in the reverse order of finish. Radford and new head coach Mike Jones come in 11th place, with Gardner-Webb in the 10th position. New Big South member Campbell is predicted 9th, and Charleston Southern has the 8th spot. Presbyterian College garners 7th place, while High Point is in 6th place in the poll. Winthrop is predicted 5th, and the panel has Liberty in 4th place. VMI finished 3rd in the voting, while two-time regular season champion Coastal Carolina is 2nd, leaving UNC Asheville as the preseason men's basketball favorite for the first time since 2002-2003. The Bulldogs received 18 of the 25 first-place votes. We look forward to seeing the men's and women's teams each conclude their seasons at the 2012 Advance Auto Parts Big South Basketball Championship.